Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. And before I even get into the tier list, I just want to say, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my second channel. Link will probably be in the description or comments below. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. We'll be playing various different gacha games on there eventually. I'll get videos on there soon rather than later. But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get into this tier list. Now, this was created by the global side of the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross database. And we got, there's a few things in here that I'm a little iffy about, to be completely honest with y'all. Like, I don't really, agree with some of the things, but we'll go ahead and list them. So, starting off with SS. Everything in the SS class seems to be pretty accurate. I mean, you know, red Zeldris, blue Tarmio, red Zario, green Merlin, Meliodas, Lilia. Now, see, Lilia I have a problem with. Personally, I think Lilia probably is either an A or B. Now, keep in mind, their tier list is ranked for overall strength in PvP, deathmatch, and farming, but a majority of this will probably come from PvP. But if we just take into consideration all three of those categories, Lilia really isn't that strong in any of them. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. So that's why personally I think she's either an A or B. If you wanted to put her in S, I mean, sure. I mean, you could be nice and put her in S class, right? I mean, sure, but personally, I don't think she's in SS. I don't think she's in SS class at all. If that were the case, if she is in SS, then Festival King definitely should be in SS. I don't even know why Lilia would even be above Festival King. Like, why is that a thing? Like, how is that even like accurate, right? But yeah, so I do think she belongs in A or B class. Again, if you want to put her in S, I guess just being kind. But all the other heroes, honestly, I think are pretty much deserving of SS. I guess maybe Zelly, right? Maybe Zelly could be in S class. Like, let's be real, his only main usage is the 4th slot. So I mean, if you wanted to put him in S class, that works too. But definitely every single other unit here deserves their spot in SS. They are very powerful units, very powerful cream of the crop units. That's it. That's all I can say. Now, if we move to S, like I said, red Zeldris, if you wanted to move him, I could see it. I actually could see it. Arthur. Now, Arthur, actually, I'm a little confused about. I feel like he should stay in S class, but nowadays, people don't really run my boy Red Arthur no more. They don't really run the boy. I don't know. So, yeah, I really don't know if he, deserves to stay in S class. I feel like a lot of people might attack me in the comments if I say he should move down. So we're going to keep him in S class, right? Just for the sake of, everyone's sanity, we're going to keep him in S class. Red Dedeyede still belongs in S class, in my opinion. She's a very, very powerful unit in Guild Boss, Final Boss, Deathmatch. She's a very powerful unit. I don't know why they have a Y for her here, but Derriere blue version, right, the Valentine's one, I think she is a S class unit. I think she's actually very powerful. I think many people don't give her the respect she deserves, to be completely fair with y'all. I don't think she gets the proper respect, because she is a very good tank. She's immune to Goddess Elizabeth's stuns. She removes buffs. She can self-proc her Amplify for her ultimate. She's a very good unit. So I don't think a lot of people give her the, the respect or, the attention she deserves. But she is very good. So I'm going to keep her in S class. Plus, she can actually be used on Red Hell for taking hits. So she's very, very good. Green Easton. Green Easton, I don't know, because Green Easton, right, if we take a look at her passive and her skills, she is pretty good. She's not what she once was on JP. On Global, to be completely honest, she didn't stand a chance with the meta. She didn't stand a chance. But I wouldn't say she's bad. Like, I wouldn't say because she can self-proc her weak point with her skill 2. Her skill 2 does disable recovery skills and, prevents ultimate move gauges from filling up. I feel like she was more so a counter to Blue King rather than anything else, right? I mean, she can counter Lost Vein and Goddess Elizabeth to an extent if Goddess Elizabeth doesn't have her barrier up, right? But, you know, she isn't that crazy like she once was. She also does have a really good passive, pretty much like Green Gother, except she's not increasing attack, just attack related stats, right? So I guess if you wanted to leave her at S, you could. Personally, though, for me, I think she would be an A. I think I would move my girl, Green Easton, down to A, to be completely fair with you. 11's fine. I think 11 is S-class. Some people might put her in SS class, but I think she's absolutely fine right here in S-class. Her damage output is obviously good with her Power Strike. Her wave damage is good, but she is really dependent, like many attack, you know, DPS units. She is dependent on, Green Gother for, you know, the crazy critical numbers that you guys see in showcases. So I think that's where her, you know, her main issue lies. Zario's kind of the same thing, but Zario has Sever and Power Strike, so he's a little bit above 11 in that regard. Plus, he's just all around more available than 11 ever will be since she's limited, right? So there you go. In terms of the other S units, like I said, I feel like Lilia should be down here. Or Lilia should be A or B, but I definitely feel like Zeldris should probably be an S. I'm looking at other units. Hendrickson, I would put in A. I wouldn't put him in S. Red Lilia's definitely B. She's B class. I don't care, right? But the rest of them, we could put Green Merlin, maybe even Green Merlin in A class. My boy Assault Melee in S. I don't know if I agree with that. One. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like he should definitely be an SS class. I didn't even see that he wasn't here. Yeah, I feel like my boy deserves to be an SS. I don't know why they put him in S. Maybe because you can't really farm with him, or like he's not good in deathmatch, only PvP. In that sense, yeah. He probably would just be an S class, but PvP, he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. So, SS class or S class for Assault Melee, I'll be honest, right? You could put him in either or. Green Merlin, A. Red Merlin, I feel should be in B too. I feel like Red Merlin definitely deserves to be in B. She doesn't see too much play anymore. Roxy, oh man, I feel like Roxy is A class, but when humans get, well, I guess I should say when she gets more humans that support her, she's definitely a S, probably a SS class. Rugal's fine, and Valenti's fine. I think Rugal's still very powerful, even without the Pierce team. I think he's still very good because of his passive. I think he's still very good. And obviously, Valenti is S class. There's no question about that. Moving down to A. Like I said, I feel like if you wanted to put Arthur here, you could, but many people probably don't agree with that. You can move Green Easton down here. Green Merlin could be down here. You got Hendrickson down here, potentially even B. I think Blue King is actually pretty good where he's at. But yeah, maybe even Blue Demon Melee A as well. But I'm looking at this list, and I'm just seeing, like, I feel like Droll should be high. I feel like both of the Drolls should be an S. I really do. Red Easton definitely is B class. I don't care what anyone says. Red Easton is B. Blue is fine. Green Esterosa should be higher than A. I feel like he should be S. Frauderin A is absolutely no. That is absolutely no. He is C class for sure. He's definitely C class. Even you could even put him in D if you really wanted to. Guild Thunder's fine. I think Guild Thunder's actually fine. Red Gloxony is fine. Greyamore C. Red Helbram B. Hauser B. Green or Red Fairy King probably C. Yeah, I would probably move him down to C. Mai's fine. Melascula's fine. Mikasa C. Mono B. Monspeet B. Shin is fine. Green regular Valenti B. And then Blue Zelly, he's fine where he's at as well. So overall, A class has a lot of issues that could be fixed. So we'll see what happens when they update this list again. But A class definitely needs some reworking, man. They definitely definitely needs some reworking. It's kind of making me want to make my own tier list, like, to be completely honest, just like looking at this. But let's move down to the B class. Now, all the units in B class, I feel like is accurate. I feel like this is accurate, except Mike. Mike, I would actually probably put in C. But everyone else, I don't know. They seem like they would be accurate. I mean, if we just take a look at these units, and none of these units are really in PvP like that. Maybe Jim. I feel like you could move Red Jericho up, but B's probably a good placeholder. Hawk and also definitely for PvP S class, but otherwise B, because they're very limited. They've only been out on Global one time, so yeah. But everyone else, I feel like my boy Red Shin could be at A class as well. Will's fine. He's fine where he's at. Zaratras is fine. Zanari and Jin are actually okay where they're at because they're pretty good 4-slot units in death matches, but that's it. But no one really uses Zanari, so you can move her down to C. Slater's good. Green Demon Melly probably could honestly move up to A class, to be honest with y'all. Blue Melascula, she's alright. Liz, for deathmatch, she's alright. Levi, I guess he's okay. Jim's fine. Both of these Jerichos, I think, are good where they're at. I mean, yeah, I think this is good. I actually think this B placeholder is actually fine. If we just take a look at these units from realistic standpoints, I think they're actually fine. Whereas A class, like, both these drones are insane. For not only PvP, but they can also be used for death matches. I don't understand. Okay, and if we take a look at, you know, like Blue Arthur, he's good. You know what I mean? Athena's only good on the she's good on front lines, but she's mainly used as a 4-slot unit, so you could keep her there. Esterosa definitely deserves to be bumped up higher. Don't even know why Red King is in A class, because he can't even be used really in PvP or like deathmatch really. So yeah, there's a little bit wrong. Fraudering is my biggest problem though. Out of everyone, Fraudering is my biggest problem, but yeah, there's a lot of reworking that could be done. We look at C. Now, C tier, yeah, this is pretty accurate. Close to damn near perfect. Like, if you want my full honest opinion, this is, like, just honestly perfect. Again, I think there's a few other units that could be here. Fraudrin, you know, you got, where is she? I think Red Lilia potentially even could be in C tier if you really, really looked at what she does, because she is not much. Red Easton could be moved down there. Let's see. It's pretty much it, I think, in terms of C class units. Maybe even like Merlin, but I think Merlin's good at B. I don't think I would drop her that low. The reason why for Red Lilia, if you guys are, you know, curious, is because her passive is good. It's just not the best, because this corrosion only lasts for 2 turns, so it's not really that great. And then she's only really reducing attack by 10%, and at that, it's not even like attack related stats. It's really not that good, and it can't use it in deathmatch, so I don't know why they even put her at S, because she can't even be used in deathmatch. So what? It's just insanity, man. It's just actually insanity. But everyone else looking like they really do deserve. I think you could put my girls Blue and Red Jericho in B. I think you actually could move them up to B, but maybe even Blue Gil to B. But that's about it. Pretty much everyone else is just here for, like, because they don't do much, or they're backline units, and they're not really like the craziest at that. So, but Blue Gil could be up there. I think Blue Gil could be at B, because he's a very good unit to run alongside Tarmio in the back. So I think he could be there. D tier is perfect. I don't know what else to say. D tier, they suck ass. Like, they're garbage. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. They're garbage. So I think this is pretty accurate for what it's worth in D tier list, but overall, obviously, like I said, I did have some issues with this tier list. I'm not gonna, you know, slander their names, but I do think they could have thought about this a little better. I'll probably just end up making my own tier list minus the SRs, because who really cares about where the SRs are placed? They're SRs, right? But yeah, I'll probably end up making my own tier list anyway. So I just wanted to review this tier list because I know some people might come on this website and be like, oh wow, for example, Red Lilia S-Class? I have to use her, and then come to find out that not only does she get cream pied by the one Escanor, you can't use her in deathmatch. Her damage output is straight doo-doo garbage, and then her healing is not that great. Her passive is very, very, like, not that reliable. So yeah, it's really, like, really kind of misleading to have her in S-Class. Estarossa in A, where he really should be in S. And then you got like Red Merlin at S, where she should probably be in B, and then Green in A. It is just a lot. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna wrap up this video anyway. I hate the ads on here though. I really do hate the ads. But yeah, if you did enjoy, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Grand Cross content. Also, again, subscribe to my second channel. Thank you guys so much. Over 100 subscribers on the second channel already. You guys are just killing it. You guys impress me every time. Again, thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you all next time.